So first of all, I would like to tell you that I have only marked out the important things out of the chapter. So that's why it's like that only. So first of all, sectors are of three types: primary, secondary, and tertiary. This is a very basic of it. Then sectors, obviously the primary one contain the agriculture and related fields. Then the secondary contains the industrial part mostly. Then tertiary, the service sector, like the services like banking and other related sectors. Uh, okay, then I have only marked the important points. If you want some other things or a detailed description, please let me know. Then the second point comes the value of the final goods and services produced in each sector during a year provide a total production of the sector. Some production of all the sector is called GDP. So this is an important part. What is GDP? If anyone asks you, this is very important for the further one. If you opt economics in your 11th and 12th, then this would in 11th and in class 12 it would come in an elaborated form where they tell about you that in national income what things are added, subtracted, what we should do, how everything is calculated. All the calculation in your I would say not in 11th, it's in 12th. Yes, it's in 12th. All the things come. Okay, so this is the basic. You have to study 9th, 10th and 11th as your basic. Then tertiary gaining more importance. Now it's very important to know that in today's time tertiary sector means the service sector is gaining more importance. Why? Because it's need a basic service. Like it's very easy, like we can go for banking, or like the people who just help us. Like like we cannot directly go to the farmers and say like give us wheat, right? So the people who provide us every each and everything, they comes in the service sector. Then other two legs of it, development or demand of the service. The other thing is why it's gaining importance is because of its demand. Then third, obviously selfish people in this world because of income. And the last one is for the development, because most of the development in today's thing are taking in these sectors only, like in the IT sector. Okay, then unemployment, basically in this chapter unemployment is talked about. Underemployment, that means who are not employed, or discuss unemployment. I have written like more than what is required. Underemployment means the people who are not required for a particular job, but then too are in the job. Like in the like if you will study the case studies in the book, there they have given you an example that in there is a piece of land in which there are only two workers which are required, but instead of those two workers there are four workers out there. So the extra two workers are underemployed. That means they look like employed, but they actually are not. Okay. Now we come to the ways to create more employment. Today's very basic questions. Every day everyone asked for how to gain more employment. So this is the basic question. So some of the points are like planting crop requires more care like wheat. So this is basically for the primary sector. Let's not talk about every sector. It's basically talking about the primary sector. Okay. So like planting those crops which require more care like wheat. Then constructing dam and canals in irrigation which also let people to come and work, which also what create employment. Then government investment, transportation and storage of crop, like the storages which are made by government to take care of the grains so that they are not get destroyed by the weather and other pests and etc things. So out there also people are required. So this is also an important way of creating a job in the primary sector. Okay. Then and obviously in the transportation, like it is required, right? If we don't have transportation, how Madhya Pradesh wheat came to other places of India. Okay, then local bank provide loan at the reasonable interest. It is very important because of the high rate of interest in the loans, many of the farmers take loans from their relatives, friends, and other, like we have studied in the first chapter. No, it is in the third chapter, credit and money. Okay, so they take from the other sources which give them more higher rates of interest, which led them to the debt trap we discuss in the next chapter. Don't get confused. It's only that banks should provide loans at a reasonable interest so everyone can take the loans. Then in the primary sector, then identify, promote and locate industries and services in the semi-rural areas. That industries should be set up and services should be provided in a semi-rural area so that more employment can be gained. Then government policies like Manrega, okay, which we also it is also known as a right to work. Those able, what is inside it, that able those able and need work in rural areas guarantees 100 days of work in an year. If government fails to do so, it given unemployment allowances. This is what is Manrega. Okay, then sectors are also organized and unorganized. Organized, place of place of work where term employment are regular and assurance of work and under government control. Okay, and just reverse of it is, or vice versa if it is the unorganized one. That due to the lot of different reasons, workers are being exploited. So how to protect the workers in an unorganized sector? Because unorganized sector has low paid, no provisions, है ना, overtime, paid leaves, no paid leaves, then no medical facility, etc. So how to protect them? Then adequate facilities like delivery of seeds, agriculture inputs, credit store facilities, etc. should be given to them. Government support should also require for them. Then chief affordable credit for development. This is also a very important need. So this is all for this chapter. Only this much is required. Yes, I know you're thinking that this is also visible by not telling this. This is of the third chapter, so don't focus on this. Thank you.